What was the hardest commercial you guys ever filmed?
We did some crazy one. I mean, like when we were on the ski lift. The worst one was we went in a car wash with a leather sofa.
Don't you think we're taking this just a little too far?
But I got so sick the next day. You think you're smart? I came up with the idea in the winter.
Yeah.
So it was freezing, there's snow outside, and the water's cold, it's not warm water. And we're supposed to keep a straight face. Everybody was waiting for us to go through it.
Coming up on Chaos and Kindness.
I'm Elliot Tatelman, president of Jordan's Furniture.
Elliot has got a huge heart.
It's somebody who I'm very proud to look to him as a mentor and a guide in my life.
Today, we're gonna give away 1,000 bikes.
Then Elliot pulls a wild card out.
Everybody here that's getting a bike is getting a lesson in receiving.
But I said there's a catch.
My name is Justin, and this is Ryan, and he's my right-hand man, and my sidekick. And we're in a band, the kind of band that has performed at thousands of shows all over the world, including 3,000 shows on the Las Vegas Strip. Now we turn our attention to doing good in the world, spreading our love, and inspiring others. So, welcome to our world of chaos
And kindness.
You were late. Sorry.
I'm Elliot Tatelman, president of Jordan's Furniture. Home is where you can relax and feel good. Come into Jordan's and buy as much as you like. And it's only from Jordan's, so come into Jordan's, experience the fun at Jordan's. Started over 100 years ago by my grandfather and my father. My brother and I came into the business. We've built it up now. We do everything in a totally different way, totally out of the box. We have the largest ropes course in the world in a furniture store. We have 2 IMAX theaters in a furniture store. We built the city out of jelly beans, $2 million water show, and a ropes course. Everything we do is totally unique. It's just an experience to come to our store. It's not only just about buying furniture, it's just to come and have a great hamburger or have a great ice cream. It's all about making friends. We sold the company back in '99 to Warren Buffett, to Berkshire Hathaway. It's been a great marriage. We still run it. My brother retired a few years after we sold it, and now my 2 kids are CEOs of the company. So it's been a real great ride. I've been fortunate enough to be able to give back, and there was something about taking care of children and kids that was special for us. We have had over 600 children adopted in the state of Massachusetts due to the events that we've run in 20 years. It's probably something I'm most proud of. We have recruited 600 foster parents for the state of Massachusetts in one night. Everything we do is always a little bit out of the box and try and be different with what we do, and the same thing with selling furniture.
On this episode of Chaos and Kindness, we get the opportunity to participate in an incredible event. We've been asked by my good friend Elliot to come be a part of his 1,000 bike giveaway to kids who are in need. In their need of what? Freedom. And that's what Elliot's providing for them. But how did we get here? Well, it all started 20 years ago when we had the opportunity to perform at Elliot's camp that him and his wife June put on every year for kids with HIV.
And we brought in all kinds of entertainment. I heard about this group, Recycle Percussion. I hired them to come to camp, and it was a wow. The kids loved it, but I loved it even more. I saw this incredible talent, and I just love what they were doing.
It was the beginning of a relationship that I never knew would actually have such a benefit to the history of Recycle Percussion. Because see, what people don't realize is, way back then, we didn't have a lot. We didn't have the success, we didn't have the money. And in 2009, we had the opportunity of a lifetime to go perform on America's Got Talent.
He called me and he needed some money, and I wanted to help him. I just felt there was something about Justin and this whole group. It was fabulous, and I saw something good in him, and I love things like that.
So Elliot funded the entire thing and said, hey, I'm gonna give you some money so you can build and create the most amazing things ever on America's Got Talent.
And so I helped him without question. I said, you know, whatever you need, I'm gonna take care of it for you.
Just make sure that you show the world your creative ability, and don't worry about a thing. Just I love to see it making that happen on TV.
Because the good that he's done and the wonderful things they're doing, it was the best investment I've ever made, and I've made a lot of investments.
Well, here we are, 20 years later, and we get the opportunity to repay that favor. Elliot called me and said, hey, listen, I'm doing this event where I'm gonna bring 1,000 kids together in a big park, and I'm gonna give them 1,000 bikes. What do you think?
I came up with this idea a long time ago, and I said, you know, what was it like when you had your bicycle and your first bike? And I've asked probably 200-300 people. They all said freedom. You could go to the store, you could go to the schoolyard, you could go to your friend's house, and without that bike you couldn't. So I went to the Boys and Girls Clubs in Boston, and I said, can you give me 1,000 kids that don't have a bicycle? And they looked at me like I was a little crazy. So we went out and bought 1,000 bicycles. We brought them to our distribution center, which is almost 1 million square feet, and we had all of our guys in between doing furniture, putting bikes together. And it was crazy. We had them inspected to make sure they were done properly and that nobody would get hurt and the brakes were put on properly. And we decided to run a big event.
He goes, I've been watching Chaos and Kindness. I'm seeing all the good things you're doing. How would you like to be a part of it? I said, Elliot, you don't have to ever ask me for anything. It's a yes always. Whatever you need, it's a yes, because you were there for me when I had nothing. Well, I'm excited to be a part of this event, and I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. I get a call about 3 weeks prior to the event from Elliot. He leaves me a voicemail. His voicemail talks about how he just lost his wife.
My wife passed away about 3 weeks before, very suddenly. And man, I was hit hard over the head after 56 years of marriage.
So I called Elliot, and we talked on the phone for about 45 minutes. To hear the sadness in his voice was heartbreaking for me. You could hear that this man would never be the same ever again. And this is somebody who I look to as a superhero. I looked to Elliot for guidance.
But we had this bike event planned. There was no way I was going to get out of it. We had to do it. Everything was all set. And so I dedicated the event to my wife. She gave us great weather, which was really special because we were worried about if it rained, what we were going to do.
I also knew how important this event was, how it was going to not only celebrate maybe the final thing that he did with June, because it was something that they had started planning together, but also something that was going to be a distraction for him in these coming weeks, and something that he could kind of leverage and lean on while he went through this probably unimaginable time.
It was real tough. It was tough, but we did it, and I feel good we did it. I know she was looking down, watching. God.
Coming up after the break.
Let's have a good time and give some bikes to some very deserving children.
Everybody here that's getting a bike is getting a lesson in receiving.
Elliot came on there, and it felt so good because for like 30 seconds he was playing drums and he was smiling. Then Elliot pulls a wild card out.
And here's the catch.
Today we're in Boston, Massachusetts for an amazing cause.
Today we're going to give away 1,000 bikes.
This event is nothing short than amazing. Well, Elliot, we wouldn't miss this for the world because you've made my life so much more special. This is just a small token of our appreciation for all that you've done, not only for us, but for all the people of New England. So let's have a good time and give some bikes to some very deserving children.
We got Wahlburgers giving out hamburgers and hot dogs, and we've got Ben & Jerry's giving out ice cream. We have the state police here, even the state police horses and the motorcycles. We got the Boston police here. We have the Boston bicycle police who are giving lessons in how to take care of their bike and ride it safely. We got Recycle Percussion here on a big stage. We got Funk Phenomena performing for everybody. This is what I call a happening, and these kids are so excited and so happy. I mean, it's a wow.
When we arrived the day of the event, the atmosphere was perfect. And you could see that day, the energy. Oh, the energy was great.
It was just an amazing event. We divided it up between the 10 Boys and Girls Clubs. All the bikes were behind, 1,000 bicycles. It was something to be seen.
We had kids coming in with smiles, with their color-coded t-shirts, going to each place where they can get their bike for the summer.
People had the greatest time.
Okay, Everybody's gonna get roller skates. Isn't that what this is about? Right? Unicycles, right here. Right? Everybody's gonna get a brand new bike. But before that, we want to have some fun. We have a very, very special group here today. Let me tell you something about these guys. This group is called Recycle Percussion. And they have a show called Chaos and Kindness that's on TV. I have known this group, and Justin and Ryan, for probably 25 years. The first time I met them was at a high school. They came and asked me to come see them play, and I saw something special in them. It's kind of what this day is all about. Chaos, total chaos, and kindness. Everybody's getting bikes. That's what this show is about. Are you guys ready?
While we were performing, I looked over and I see all the kids from Funk Phenomenon, and they're going off. They're stage right and they're showing us all the moves. I'm like, these kids have got to come on stage. And here they came.
Okay, kids. What you gonna do about it?
My favorite moment of the entire event was when Elliot decided he wanted to get up and play drums with us. Let me back up. He did not decide he wanted to play drums with us. In fact, he protested for about 10 seconds till I grabbed him on there, and I got him on there because Elliot used to play drums in like 1850.
Coming up after the break.
Then Elliot pulls a wild card out.
I'm gonna give every kid $100.
There's a catch. And the catch is
my favorite moment of the entire event was when Elliot decided he wanted to get up and play drums with us because Elliot used to play drums in like 1850. What I didn't realize was Elliot's a better drummer than I am.
bringing in Recycle Percussion for this bike event was real special to me because it was like bringing us all back together again.
Elliot came on there and it felt so good because for like 30 seconds he was playing drums and he was smiling and he had forgotten about all the turmoil and all the difficulties he was going through at that moment. And sometimes in life we catch ourselves just having this one little moment of just complete bliss and happiness. You could tell in that moment that Elliot was having a great time.
It was a wonderful feeling to be back with Justin and seeing all the great things that he does.
Let's make some noise for Jordan's Furniture for all this amazing stuff we're doing for y'all today. Come on! Elliot has got a huge heart. And let me tell you this, he's been planning this for a very, very long time. But Elliot and his team have put the effort and the energy into making your summer special. It really means a lot. And I think it's important that the biggest round of applause the entire day comes right now for Jordan's Furniture and all the hard work. Make some noise!
I've known Elliot and June to do some amazing things, whether it's helping camps and kids in Africa or their own camps right here in Massachusetts and kids in New England. They are the epitome of kindness. Amazing human beings.
This is a very special day for me and everybody here at Jordan's. 3 weeks ago, my wife, June, of 56 years, passed away. I'm dedicating this speaker for her. Seriously. Guys, I want it real quiet. Real quiet, because this is about you guys. Everybody here that's getting a bike is getting a lesson and receive it. And let me tell you something. The feeling of giving is even better than the feeling of receiving. Now here's what I'm gonna do.
Then Elliot pulls a wild card out.
Every kid that's getting a bike from all the different Boys and Girls Club, in September, I'm gonna give every kid $100.
And of course, the kids went crazy.
He decides he's gonna give every single kid in that audience $100. And that $100 wasn't for them.
Okay, and here's the catch.
The catch is that $100 you have to give up.
It was for them to give to somebody else.
What I said, true giving is giving up. I want you to give up that $100, to give it in kindness to somebody else.
And they can do anything they want. They could go buy $100 worth of candy bars and put it on the desk at the school for every kid to have a free candy bar. They could go out and buy roses and stop people in the street and here's a free rose. 5 of them could get together and take $500 and buy something for the Boys and Girls Club. Whatever it is, I want them to get the experience of giving and that joy of giving.
Can you guys do this for me?
There's no power greater than the education to give somebody the power of giving. And that's exactly what Elliot has done with this. It'll be interesting to see in a few months what those kids decide to do. I love that Elliot's gonna get to learn how that bike made a difference in their lives and what they would do with that $100. I think to myself, if I was that age and somebody gave me $100, what would I do with it? My first instinct would be buy Nintendo games for myself. And the reward wouldn't be there. When I was in 6th grade, I recognized that school lunches were 75 cents, and most kids would bring in a $1 bill. So I took a coffee can from my mom, I brought it to the lunch line, and I put it there. I said, if everybody puts their quarter they get back from their 75-cent lunch in here, at the end of the month of December, we could buy toys for kids in need. The irony was I was living in a trailer park at the time, and I was one of those kids. But I had the foresight back then and the desire back then to want to make a difference because I knew how great it made me feel. Well, that's, I think, the lesson that these kids are going to learn when they get their $100. If those kids commit to that and they go make that difference in the world, they're going to see how it makes a difference in their world. And that is the greatest gift we can give to anyone.
You know, you talk about kindness. There's something about helping people is very special. That sort of ties in with the bikes. I mean, helping kids to be able to enjoy the summer and be able to go to their friend's house, that's special. Maybe by making my own mistakes and thinking having all of these things are so important. And when you realize that you feel actually even better, that day of giving out the bikes, man, that was the best.
Elliot can write checks all day long. That's the easy part. The hard part is also all these individuals who helped donate their time that day, the people who helped put the bikes together, all the amazing people on his team should feel equally proud as he does to make the world a better place and know that there are kids right now riding the streets of Massachusetts with their bike, and because of Elliot and his team, they're really experiencing an amazing summer.
They might not have a lot of financial things to give, but time is really special. You know why? Because time you can't get back.
Sometimes in life, you get to meet people who do things organically from the heart. And this act of kindness was exactly that. He now knows that he's in the twilight of his life and that these years for him are very valuable. And his time and the way that he does things are critical for him internally to find happiness and peace. And to see all these kids come together and these families to know that they're appreciated, it wasn't for anything other than the fact that it really was important for him as a human being to make the world a better place. These are kids who have been dealt a tough hand. And Elliot was there to help turn that around, even for just a moment, to give them a little bit of freedom with the idea that they could have a bike for the summer.
The biggest feeling that I got out of it was the giving and seeing the smiles on the kids' faces. At the end, I saw kids riding their bikes out in the fields, and that was a great, great feeling.
June gave us the best weather you could possibly imagine. Wherever she is, if she's looking down upon us, I could tell you she's really happy to see this final act of kindness that he was doing right then.
I think it's inbred in a lot of people to try and help other people. You know, some people have it, and some people don't. And I wish there was more people that have it.
On this episode, we really wanted to feature Elliot, the hard work of his employees, and really showcase the amazing heart that he, his wife June, and all the people in his circle have. It's somebody who I'm very proud to align myself with and look to him as a mentor and a guide in my life. I gotta tell you, I'm so thankful for the relationship that I've had with Elliot, and I'm not sure we'd have the success we have today, even if it wasn't for his contributions back when we were nobodies. For that, I'll never forget Elliot and his true passion to help us be better. So remember, in a world full of chaos, whether you have a bike, a car, a train, or an automobile, it's all important that we always show our kindness.